everyone, and welcome to this short video where we're going to be looking at the new EPA Resources Platform. We're really excited to demo this platform. It's been in the making for a little while and it's going to be a really useful place. It's just going to act as a hub for all of the guidance documents that we have, standard specific guidance documents, non-standard specific guidance documents, and all those other supporting materials that we have really that are there to support you with your endpoint assessment. So first up, we've got the login screen, and you'll be receiving a email with your username and a password reset. Now, what the platform does is it copies all of the usernames over from SEPA. So anyone who is a SEPA user will have a user account for this platform, and that's both when we're doing the initial kind of launch of the platform and also for future users of SEPA. So if any users get added in the future, overnight, the platform will add them to the EPA resources area. So if you can't get into the platform, your best bet is to check on the forgotten password link. So if we just click on that, you'll just need to pop in your username or your email, and remember that your username will be the same one that you use for SEPA. Hit submit, and then you'll get an email letting you know what your new password is and offering you the opportunity to reset that new password. Now, it's important to make a distinction between the EPA Resources Platform and SEPA itself. Whilst the users themselves are taken from the SEPA platform, the password isn't. So your username will be the same as it is on SEPA, but your password can be set to whatever you need. So you could set it to be the same as it is on SEPA, or alternatively set it to be something different. That's at your discretion. So if I just get logged in there, and there we go. So welcome to the EPA Resources Platform. As well as the content that's contained in here, we also have a YouTube channel, so you can just click that link and see there, this is the YouTube channel. So there's loads of really good content on there, children, young people and families workshop, early years educator, EPA, and how to prepare a portfolio, introduction to EPA for apprentices. There's a lot of really useful content on there, and some of it's linked throughout the platform, which I'll go through. So down this menu bar on the side, we've got general guidance, healthcare guidance documents, childcare, childcare and education guidance documents, business guidance documents, and those current COVID-19 dispensation documents. Again, it's just all in one place. So if we click on general guidance documents, you'll see this menu window opens up further. So now if we click newsletter updates and webinar recordings, there we go. So you can access the webinar recordings using the link. And you can access all of our past newsletters as well. So all those important service updates are just accessible for you. There's also the overall EPA guidance documents and assessment guidance document. This document goes through the specific assessment components, but it isn't specific to the standard. So, it gives general tips on how to prepare for an observation or how to prepare for a professional discussion. But it isn't standard specific, so you'll have to use it in conjunction with the standard specific guidance documents. And then there's the exciting stuff over at policies and procedures, but all of this is important to ensure that we remain and yourselves remain compliant. And then we've got system user guides and technical specifications. So there's the SEPA user guide, there'll be the SURPASS user guide on there, as well as the proctoring user guide. In addition to these, there's also links to YouTube videos that are useful, so registrations, evidence uploads and EPA requests on SEPA, changing an EPA expected start date, and then over on proctoring, conducting a pre-assessment system test and starting a proctored assessment. But also the introduction to proctoring video. So if we click on that, you're about to see me talk about proctoring.
Hi there, I'm Leo from the EPA Plus.
That video in particular is really good for apprentices. It's a brief explainer of what proctoring is, how it works, and what's required. So I'd recommend sharing that alongside the conducting a pre-assessment system test and starting a proctored assessment videos with your apprentices. Now, as we move down into the standard specific documents, when you click in there, it just opens that up like that. So you can see all those different standards and all those different guidance documents. It's the same for the business. Again, customer service practitioner through to professional accounting taxation technician. Now if we move to childcare and education, we can see all of those standards there again. And if we click on adult care worker, here we go. So everything's bundled up into one zip folder. If you're unable to access zip folders, speak to your internal IT team. They'll be able to help you out accessing those. So if we click on that, that's going to let us download it. Then just hit save. And when we open that up, you can see exactly there. So, it's broken down into folders within there. So we've got why choose EPA Plus, specification and guidance, overall EPA guidance. If I just go in here, you can see these are all PDFs. Specification and guidance document. So this is the big meaty document that's going to be the bulk of your preparation. So it goes into a lot of detail about each of these specific assessment components. So it goes into what the KSB evidence summary is, and professional discussion themes and grading descriptors. So if we go down here, just as an example, you can see exactly what's required for that apprentice to achieve a pass, a merit, and a distinction across those specific topics. And there's the overall EPA guidance again, so you can see specifically what's needed for each of those assessment components. We go into additional support materials. This will vary from standard to standard, but for the adult care worker standard, you've got the mapping document and also how to prepare for the multiple choice questionnaire. And then there's also sample and exemplar material. So there's practice papers, as well as an employer statement example, a reflective journal example, and a witness testimony example. Again, digital templates. These are similar to the previous, but they're editable. So there's the employer statement template, the reflective journal template, and the evidence tracker, so that you can adequately map all of those specific assessment criteria that need to be met in that particular evidence folder. And then finally, and really importantly, there's the Gateway Declaration. So this document is to be uploaded at Gateway, and you can see there it captures all of those bits. And this is really the declaration that's being conducted on behalf of the apprentice to state that, yeah, they are ready for EPA. They fulfill all of these different parts. So, they've achieved their level 1 maths and English. They've attempted their level 2 maths and English. They've achieved their level 2 diploma, and they've achieved the care certificate. Those kind of things. But also, it's really important that we do get confirmation from the apprentice, because there's some really important regulatory aspects within this that we need to capture to ensure that we're satisfying our regulators. So that's it. That's the EPA Resources Platform. You'll be receiving a login if you're already a CEPA user shortly, and if you're not already a CEPA user, you can just request to get set up on CEPA, so someone within your organisation will be able to do that, and then overnight you'll receive the password reset for the EPA Resources Platform. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found that really useful.